Squirrel style.
Squirrel style.
What does the fox say?
I want nuts.
I want squirrels and squirrels nuts.
Ooh. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the table. My name is Liz.
My name is Devin.
And we are...
BoardGameHype.
And on our channel specifically, we like to help you discover games from a unique two-player perspective.
Yes, and today, what are we going to be discovering?
Today, we are discovering Nut Hunt.
We are previewing Nut Hunt, a game of territorial squirrels. It is a 1 to 5 player game, ages 10 and up, and roughly
30-ish minutes, and it's from
minutes.
Pine Island Games.
Pine Island Games. Everything you see here is totally a prototype, so it could be changed, the graphics to the art, as well as components and meeples. Let's go ahead and give you a little bit of the game overview. Welcome to Nut Hunt, a fast-paced squirrel placement game where you will forage for nuts, recruit squirrels, and hassle the fox in your bid for control of the forest. Earn points by building nests and connecting territories to complete your secret objectives. But watch out for the wily fox who roams the forest, scattering squirrels. Turns have a simple structure with one mandatory action, which is moving the fox, followed by a choice of 3 optional actions, recruiting a squirrel, hassling the fox, or scouting an objective. Plus, there is a free action that can be taken at any time to exchange 3 of the same nut for 1 of any nut. A game of Nut Hunt ends when a player places their 4th nest. That is the overview of Nut Hunt. What you see here is going to be the setup. So all of these are going to be the location tiles that you can use throughout the game. It's all randomized, so you just do whatever you want. You have the little squirrel meeples, which again, these squirrel meeples are really tiny here, but they will be a lot bigger in the actual production copy. And then you have nut cards over here, and they are absolutely gorgeous with artwork by Stephen Nickel. Yeah, illustration by Stephen Nickel and concept artist at Broken Anvil Miniatures. So would you like to go over a little bit of how to play the game?
Absolutely. So this game actually plays really, really simply, which is great.
I feel like we say that a lot.
But I do really appreciate when a game plays and it makes sense and it doesn't take you 45 minutes to read a rulebook.
Exactly.
So, start of the game, you've got your specifically colored squirrels and nests. Then you are going to draw 3 objective cards. These are the cards that tell you essentially how to score points at the very end of the game. You draw 3, you keep 2. It is advantageous to cards that have locations that are close together. That was my downfall when we played. Then after that, essentially it just continues turn for turn for turn as you had described. So you're going to always move the fox, and then you... What does the fox say?
Okay.
Then you scatter squirrels, you forage for nuts, and then you can do the optional actions as well. So.
Yes, so brief overview of what the scattering means. So that's one of the really cool mechanisms in the game. So let's say, for example, we have some squirrels right here on the fairy ring. If we're going to roll the fox dice, and it has to roll a 6 because we actually follow this really cool indicator, which you roll the dice.
Fox compass.
Fox compass. And whatever dice you roll, you actually move the fox on that specific hex. So we're going to say I rolled a 6. And that's going to push the fox over here, which then scattering the squirrels. And to scatter the squirrels, you actually have to disperse your squirrels in
And they
hexes.
cannot go where your fox was.
Exactly.
So it's very cool thematically.
Yes, very cool thematically. So you're going to be getting 75 squirrel meeples, and I believe that's 17 in each of the 5 colors.
Yes.
45 objective cards, which is over here. And then at the end of the game, you're going to be scoring your objective cards as shown with the points down here on the bottom.
Yes.
I'll show some B-roll. Whoever wins or gets the most points wins the game.
Wins. And actually, this is a game where in order to trigger game end, you actually have to place nests. So as you are making your pathways between these 2 objectives, you have to be sure there is a nest along the pathway. It doesn't have to be the start or the end, but has to be present if you think thematically squirrels build nests where they live. So it does make sense. So the person to place their 4th nest then triggers game end. So then there's a final turn, and that is it. So you can end the game, but not win the game.
Exactly, and I really enjoy how you can end the game without winning the game. I don't want it to be a race necessarily, and so you can end it and then still win or lose based on how many points you have.
And you can always draw more objective cards as you go.
Yes. One thing I do want to note is the graphic and component design is actually designed by Christine Santana, who designed the Wingspan, Tapestry, and Scythe graphic design. So that is a very big name.
And
so
it's beautiful.
The artwork looks really cool. It almost has like a vectory style, but like mixed in with Beth Sobel's artwork, you know, Cascadia.
Yeah, I feel very much like a small little like gnome is gonna lead me through the forest. Like it gives me Lord of the Rings vibes.
Lord of the Rings vibes. The big no risk factor here is the Kickstarter proceeds will actually only be going towards manufacturing and fulfillment. The artwork has all been paid for and everything, so that's a lot less of a risk if you were to back this game. That is Nut Hunt. What else we have to say about it? Did we mention the foraging?
Oh, we briefly, I believe, mentioned it, but I think we can dig into it a little bit. So on each card, it is really cool how you gain nuts for resources. You need nut cards on each of these cards, which we'll show in a little bit of B-roll. There is a forage option, and then there is a recruitment cost. So when you go there, what you can do, well, when your fox goes there, I should say.
Yes.
When the fox goes there, then you are able to collect 2 nuts. You can get 2 of the same color, 1 of each. Doesn't matter, whatever is on the card. Some cards allow you to pick any color. Some cards, you know, only have 2 colors. Some cards only have 1 color. And then the opposite side of that is the recruitment cost. So if you want to put a squirrel out there, it is going to cost you that many nuts.
And at the end of the game, you're going to score 2 points for each nest that you have. You're going to score the base of the objectives, and then you're going to deduct the objectives you have not completed.
Yes.
So this Kickstarter will actually be going live on June 7th, I believe, with a 23-day campaign. So my name's Devin.
And I'm Liz.
This has been a preview of Nut Hunt. We hope that you enjoy this preview, and and go fetch those nuts.
Yeah. Dig up those nuts.
Dig up those nuts.
Squirrel style.
We'll see you later. Squirrel style.
Squirrel style.
What does the fox say? I want nuts. I want nuts. I want squirrels and squirrels nuts.
Ooh.
Ooh.